Today, we are going to present about computer hardware specifications. Our group members consist of Hui-Jing, Song-Yan, and me, Si-Ting. First of all, I would like to talk about the information processing cycle. The information processing cycle consists of 4 steps. First is we need to receive input from the outside world. Then, we need to process the data so that we can perform arithmetic or logical operations on the information. After that, we will produce output to communicate the information to the outside world. And lastly, we will store or save our data from memory and storage devices. Now, I would like to talk briefly about each component for the 4 steps. Before I talk about the 4 steps, I would like to talk about our processor, CPU. CPU is also known as Central Processing Unit. In the CPU, it consists of motherboard, which house along with other chips and electronic components. The overall performances is determined by its microprocessor internal clock speed, and its unit is gigahertz. Now, I would like to talk about input devices. Examples of input devices are keyboard, camera, sensors, mouse, barcode readers, and so on. Then, the output devices. For example, screen output. The monitor size is measured as a diagonal line across the screen, and its resolution is the number of pixels displayed on the screen. It can also be expressed by the number of pixels horizontally times the number of pixels vertically.
Printers produce paper output or hard copy, and it is measured in page unit. Printers can be divided into 2 basic groups. The first group is impact printers. Impact printers include line printer and dot matrix printer. Another group of printer is non-impact printers. Non-impact printers contain laser printers, ink printers, and multifunction printers.
Next, storage devices. Examples of storage devices are memory card and optical disc. Examples of optical discs are CD, DVD, Blu-ray disc, and so on. Now, I am going to tell you about memory. Examples of memory are USB, which stands for Universal Serial Bus, RAM, also known as Random Access Memory, and ROM, which is also read-only memory.
Next, we will compare the specifications between ASUS N43JF and MacBook Air. Let's start with operating system. The operating system of ASUS N43JF is Windows 7 Home Premium. It offers the best entertainment experience on your personal computer, making the things you do every day easier. The operating system of MacBook Air is OS X Mountain Lion. With the new Messages app, you can send text, photos, videos, contacts, web links, and documents to anyone using another Mac. Then, I will discuss about the difference in memory and storage. For ASUS N43JF, the capacity of RAM is 8GB, and the capacity of hard disk is 500GB. For MacBook Air, the capacity of RAM is 4GB, and the capacity of hard disk is 256GB. In this case, ASUS N43JF can store more information compared to MacBook Air. There is also difference in connections between ASUS N43JF and MacBook Air. Asus N43JF consists of one microphone in jack, one headphone out jack, one USB 3.0 port, two USB 2.0 ports, one RJ45 LAN jack for LAN insert, and one W-LAN on-off switch. MacBook Air consists of two USB 3.0 ports, one Thunderbolt port, one headphone port, one HDMI port, and one MagSafe 2 power port. Asus N43JF and MacBook Air contain same type of processor, which is Intel Core i5. However, the speed of the processor are different. For Asus N43JF, the speed of the processor is 2.4 GHz. For MacBook Air, the speed of the processor is 2.6 GHz. Next, I will compare the graphic card of Asus N43JF and MacBook Air. Asus N43JF contains NVIDIA GeForce GT 425M graphic card, whereas MacBook Air contains Intel HD Graphics 4000. Asus N43JF consists of 0.3 megapixel web camera. On the other hand, MacBook Air contains 720p FaceTime HD camera. Lastly, for the audio part, Asus N43JF consists of Sonic Focus, Bang & Olufsen Ice Power, as well as built-in speakers and microphone. MacBook Air consists of stereo speakers, omnidirectional microphone, headphone port, and support for Apple iPhone headset with remote and microphone. That's all for our presentation. Thank you for watching.